Was good? You too, man. It's your boy SB back with another sports break. Now, before we get into this very sensitive subject, I want to let everybody know that the opinions in this video is not my personal opinion. Uh, I'm completely non-biased here, man, just to give you guys facts on what's going on and what the issues are. Uh, my job is to take my personal opinion out of these type of things, and I've been able to do that. As anybody that's been on this channel knows, I've been a Texans fan for the longest they've been a franchise. Started with them and been rocking with them ever since. And as long as I've been a fan, we've never had any player with the talent that Deshaun has had in his career and in college and even in his first few years in the league. Never been able to touch something like that. So alternatively, of course, I was a fan of him when he was on the team. I'm no longer a fan of him now, but that has nothing to do with the situation that he's found himself in. I'm no longer a fan of him because of the way that he departed the city and left the team. If you haven't saw the video I posted a couple months back, make sure you guys check that out. I expound a little more about that in that video. But here, right now, today, we are here to talk about the suspension and the news that dropped today that he will be getting 6 games for the detriment to the league and the impunity of the shield is the punishment that he's getting. So I'm here to let you guys know how they came about that decision, what went into it, and the reason why, it's not more than what people expected it to be. We start with the structure of how the NFL punishes their players. They created this structure a couple whiles back when Ray Rice, when that whole thing happened, that his punishment came about. The NFL got into so much hot water and got so much smoke for the way that they handled that situation because it had so many personal opinions in it. It all fell at the feet of Roger Goodell. And Roger Goodell had to make that decision out of his personal feelings, the way that he felt about the situation and the way that he felt that things went down. After that happened, they decided to incorporate a structure on how players are going to be punished. And that structure is what they've been following, and that's the precedent that they set. So, it was never really an option for him to get a full year. That was on the table for most people to think, but as soon as his criminal charges got thrown out, there was no chance that he was going to get a full season. So the way that this thing works is the NFL and the NFLPA, the Players Association, they negotiate jointly on a judge to bring in to investigate each case. And so the league and the Players Association both agreed on the judge that they came to handle Deshaun's case. So once that happens, boom, they bring them in. And then it's on the NFL's, they have the power to bring all the evidence to the judge to show why he's guilty, to show why the appeal that they wanted is what he should get. So the NFL was pushing for a full year. They wanted him to be suspended indefinitely, but definitely a year or more. So that's what they put on the table for the judge to kind of realize, and it's their responsibility to bring all the proof on why this player should be suspended for X amount of games, being a full year in this case. The NFL interviewed all the women that accused Deshaun Watson of the things that he did. And they picked out 5 of those women to meet with the judge that they appointed. And those are the 5 women that the NFL found the most credible with their argument and with their case to make them feel like they can win the appeal of getting a full year games of suspension for them. The judge met with these women. She came to the conclusion that there was no criminal case to be found after meeting with all 5 women. So once you get in the mindset that, okay, there's no criminal charges here, nothing criminal happened, then that automatically takes out the full year. He can't get more than 10 games at that point. And that's the threshold during the structure. The only way you can give someone more than 10 games if there's a criminal act involved. So that puts him at a 10-game minimum right then and there when she decided that there was no criminal acts. So boom, you have that going on. Then you go to the next step of the burden of proof to prove that he's actually guilty. The judge saw that nothing here proves that he's actually guilty without a shadow of a doubt. So that took it down from being 8 to 10 games to no more than 8 games now. So there was no shot that he was going to get more than 8 games once they realized that there was no proof of guilt for any sexual misconduct or any sexual assault. So once they came to that conclusion, the most he can get now is 8 games. So now you come down to what he actually got brought in for. which is the way that he made the Shield look, the way that he made the NFL look a detriment to the Shield. That's what he's getting punished for. So that range is from 6 to 8. Now, the reason he got the lighter side of the 6 and not 8 is because he did serve 1 year last year without playing. Even though that wasn't at the punishment of the NFL, even though that was a team decision to not play him for that year and still pay him, they took that as a totality into the whole thing of the reason why he's not going to get 8, he's going to get 6, because he already been quote unquote punished for last year because he wasn't eligible to play. So, the news kind of broke Twitter, only 6. It's just going to be trending, and it's probably going to be trending for the next few days. But when you look at the way that the NFL is structured, how they do their punishment, it's on point. This is what they do, and this is the structure that they've been having. You look back at it, the last case that's kind of similar to this is Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt got 8 games. And the reason that Kareem Hunt got 8 games is because he had multiple cases against him. And he had that video of him actually kicking the woman, which made him look worse than what it actually was. Deshaun benefited from not having any kind of video footage for the things that he did or anything come out. Even him perusing with these women, shaking hands with them, hugging them, or anything like that. Nothing like that was seen, at least not publicly. And that helped him out quite a bit. If there was any kind of video footage that went along with this case, he definitely would have got the maximum of 8. As I said before, my personal opinion is not going to be included in this. How many games I feel like he should have got is not important at the end of the day because I don't have any decision power in that. But to see him get 6, it's kind of what I expected. It's what I thought was going to happen, especially after he beat all the criminal cases. Then was at the behest of the judge. I knew he wasn't going to get more than 10 games. So to see him get 6 is kind of like on par. I think that's exactly what the structure is made. Now, the tricky part is Roger Goodell has 3 days to appeal this ruling. For him to come up to the ultimate decision of if he's going to get 6 games, or Roger Goodell's like, I want you to have a year, so you're going to get a year. The reason why I don't see that happening, though, is because they just put this in. This is the first time that they've really had to have a huge major case that was so nationally known to where it's not his personal decision. You put this in for you can take your own personal decision out of it. And then for you to throw away everything that the judge concluded or that the judge came to and just say, I'm going to do what I want anyways. It's kind of pointless on putting the structure in at that point in time. And it's going to end up dragging this case on even more because you can best believe that Deshaun Watson, this camp, is going to sue if the NFL has anything different than arguing these 6 games. But ultimately, it is the decision of Roger Goodell. He might, go left field. It wouldn't be the first time Roger Goodell did something like that. So be on the lookout for that. That's the next step in this whole thing. But I think 6 games is kind of right on par with him. It's right on par with what the league did. And that's what they collectively bargained with the NFLPA to have this structure and to follow what the judge ruling is. So I think Roger Goodell's going to step in foot with that. I don't think he's going to make any waves. If he changes it, it's going to be the 8 games. But I think there's no way he gets more than 8 games. And I think the 6 is going to stick. I think that's going to be his suspension, and we'll be able to see him week 7, man. His first game back will be against Baltimore, in Baltimore. So that's going to be a crazy game for them, division game, and a tough opponent to have your first game in the Cleveland Browns uniform against. Y'all already know the game that's circled on my calendar. First week of December, man, he coming back to Houston. I will be in the building, so it is what it is. But his suspension doesn't surprise me in one bit. I think it's kind of what's expected based on the structure that the NFL put together. But let me know what you guys think, man. Hit me up in the comment section down below. Let me know if you think he should have got more games and how many games you think he should have got. We're not going to argue that man's guilt. They came to that decision. He's seen 2 Supreme Courts, and they both said that he's not guilty. So I'm not going to argue his guilt. I'm not going to argue, if he did it or if he didn't do it. That's not my position. What we're here is to talk about is the sports side of things and the way the NFL came to their decision, and that's the way they did it. So hopefully you guys learned a little bit. Hopefully I was help you guys out. Got some more content coming, but if you guys want to keep the conversation going down below, like I said, let me know how many games you think we should have got. I'll be down there checking you out. Appreciate you guys checking out the video, man. If this is the type of content that you like, make sure you leave a like. hit the subscribe button, show your boy some love. The channel's growing by the day, and I feel real good about that. About to get back consistently on this grind, posting videos for you guys to check out every day, at least twice a week. So I'm gonna try to get back on that. But like I said, if you guys want to see more about this, have a little more conversation, then meet me in the chat down below. And like I said, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. Catch you in the next one. Peace.